What's up, guys? Just wanted to come on here real quick and kind of talk about, obviously CJ Stroud is balling out, and I'm really happy for him to be balling out. It's just fun to see. He's actually the first Ohio State quarterback in a while, unless you put Joe Burrow in that conversation, to have success, it feels like. But comparing CJ Stroud's situation to Bryce Young's situation is like comparing apples to pomegranates. I mean, it's not in the same planet, universe, whatever you want to call it, because Bryce Young, no offensive line. Bryce Young, no wide receivers, no separation. The big issue is the offensive line. And I am not saying Bryce Young has played well. He hasn't at times, especially at the pick sixes, the turnovers, the things you can't have. But it's a snowball effect. I mean, on the second pick six, I believe, against the Colts, it was supposed to be a screen, but he didn't even have half a second to set up the screen and just blindly threw it. Yeah, I definitely should have dirted it, but when you can't even set up a screen how it's supposed to be set up, the quarterback is set up to fail. And honestly, I think if you choose anyone in the league, or even Peyton Manning and Aaron Rodgers would probably struggle in this offense. I'm not saying they wouldn't be able to get some wins and things of that nature, but the yards of separation that our wide receivers are getting and tight ends is comically bad. And I think we've forgotten that jet sweeps and smoke screens and creativity is allowed in football. And I haven't seen any of it. Reverses. I mean, I've seen more creative play calling in Madden. So, in no way, shape, or form have we set Bryce Young up for success at all this year, and we are paying the price. And I think I should apologize to the defense, because they've kept us in a lot of ball games, and it's so unfair to watch. If we give up one touchdown or 14 total points, we're done. That's not NFL football. I mean, a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then, where you have a big 350 yard game, but the play design and the play schemes and the personnel, other than Adam Thielen, pretty much has been terrible. DJ Chark injured and really ineffective outside of a couple of touchdowns and a couple splash plays. Hayden Hurst hasn't done anything. The offensive lines obviously can't protect through a paper bag. So I love that CJ Stroud is balling out. I really do. But the situations are not the same. The Texans were aggressive. They got CJ Stroud at 2 and traded up to 3 to get Will Anderson. And that is an aggressive mindset. And obviously CJ Stroud is benefiting from that and benefiting from D'Amico Ryans and their coaching staff scheme and their want to. I mean, Frank Reich looks like he's at he's at church every Sunday on the sideline. He very rarely says anything. There's no fire. There's no oomph whatsoever. And I know they care, but they don't really. The coaching staff doesn't really look it. And changing play callers, and we've gotten 2 offensive touchdowns in 3 games since this happened, especially against the Colts, who gave up 35-plus points in 3 straight games before they played us, and we made them look like the 85 Bears. And then you got the bad penalties, on 4th and 1, the other team's going to punt, but you jump off sides, don't hold your water. That is bad coaching. So and I feel like our drafts have been obviously gross. I mean, the talent evaluation is like awful. I don't know, saying players are too short, or saying just unfootballish evaluations, and Scott Fitter needs to go, I think, because the trades that he's made, the trades of Christian McCaffrey, DJ Moore, those kind of trades should help catapult the rebuild. What it's done is put the rebuild into abyss, because we traded for basically what amounts to a blue Gatorade and a bag of Doritos. I mean, and it's no disrespect to those guys, but I just think that the talent evaluations, like evaluating high school players, the way we're doing it right now, and I will never not root for the Carolina Panthers, but at this point, it just hurts to be a Carolina Panther fan, and I don't know that "keep pounding" is a worthy slogan in terms of, yes, we got to keep counting, we got to turn this around somehow. Maybe that's where it still exists, but it doesn't, because we don't have an offensive identity. We don't have a team identity, other than the fact that I wish Frankie Louvu and Brian Burns could run offensive plays. To be honest, I mean, it's that annoying, that bad, and no, Steve Welch shouldn't have left the building. Brandon Beane shouldn't have left the building, but they did, and that falls on Dave Tepper, who said that we wouldn't be mediocre. Well, we're 5 levels below that abyss of mediocre. So something's got to change, and I don't know. I know Scott Fitter is probably on his way out, and I think that Frank Reich might be in 1 year, maybe not fair to him, but there's not a lot of positive regression right now. But it's a comedy of errors, and it's not fun or funny to watch, I think. And trading DJ Moore and your first round pick this year, which is likely going to be the number 1 pick, that is terrible management on so many levels. But as always, keep pounding to the fans, basically, I'm saying, because there's got to be a light at the end of the tunnel somewhere. But I think it's a clean house situation for us to even, contemplate positive, fun football again. And I know that the Cowboys are probably going to feast on us. I know the fans are, but I'm really hoping for a really good Bryce Young game, just for his psyche. And I do appreciate the professionalism and the accountability, and to be able to stand up there and take every question and just everything about it. And I will say that our special teams has been amazing, so hat tip to Chris Tabor and Evero Aguero, our defensive coordinator, because our defense has been held together with gum, tape, and glue, and yet we still have been very, very, very respectable, and we held C.J. Stroud to one of his worst games thus far as an NFL quarterback, and that's a big tip of the cap to Evero and his staff. But a lot of things got to change, and they got to change quickly, and one of those is Dave Tepper looking like he cares. But as always, keep pounding. Go Panthers.